Good morning everyone. It's 7 a.m. It's Friday the 22nd of August and Dave and I are off to go pick up Tazzie to take him to hospital and get his infected tooth out. I've mentioned it a couple of times on stories, but not in any great detail. Basically, I discovered a huge abscess on the bottom of his face and got a vet out to x-ray it, and we found that there's some infection in the root of one of his very young molars. And so we've had to then move on to lovely Paul Owens, the horse vet dentist, who is going to take it out today because it's just not going to heal on its own. He says it's probably about 12 centimetres long. It's one of the worst teeth that it could have settled in for us, and there's just really nothing anyone could have done. It's just one of those really unlucky things. Excuse the shaky camera, we're just driving and it's a country road and that's what you get. So yeah, Dave's driving and we're about 5 minutes out from getting to the horses, and we'll get him out and we'll get him on the road. Set on the vet form to make sure that they don't arrive muddy. I think he's in pretty good shape, given that he lives outside 24/7. Come on. I'll have to give him a check over once we're down in the yards. Dave's just back feeding the other horses for me. He's a very good horsey husband who didn't have anything to do with horses before me. Poor guy. Now he's well aware what he's in for with all the vet bills we've had recently. And more to come with this fella, but that is life with horses, isn't it? The rig. BYO pain relief meds to save costs. And feeds. And David. Let's go! You're right, come on. You silly boy. Come on. Oh, I forgot to show them his abscess. Let me try and get a shot of the abscess. It's not so bad now, but it was bloody awful in the beginning. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, me in the driver's seat now. Rest assured, I'm not actually on the road. I'm just easing up through the driveway while Dave just goes for a quick loo stop before we hit the road. Razzie hadn't been on the float for a while, so I didn't expect him to load perfectly, which he didn't, but he did okay. He didn't have any major objections. So yeah, he's in there. He's not super happy about being in there, but you know, do what you got to do to get to the hospital, and we'll resume a bit more training once he's recovered. He's done nothing for the last 2-3 weeks, so can't really expect too much of the young fella. We'll get on the road. Boy. Alright, we'll see you a bit later. Alright, we've just dropped Tazzie off and had a little chat to Paul, and we've left him with his rugs and his meds and whatnot, and Tazzie will be operated on this afternoon, and I'm just going to have to wait for an update. We don't know whether it's going to be straightforward and will come out in one go, or it's possible that the tooth might break and the surgery might run over time and he might need a second surgery. I think that's absolutely worst case scenario, but we'll just have to wait and see. So it's a bit nerve-wracking when your baby goes in for a fairly serious surgery, but he's in the best possible hands, so we'll just wait for an update.
So Taz has settled in really well. We've just done a vital assessment. Heart and lungs are good. Been enjoying his treats. Good boy. Yes, quite significant swelling, Amy, on that right mandible. So we'll get to the bottom of that now. Good boy. and I'll let you know in due course how we're getting on and how he travels. Good lad.
Okay, it's the next day. I'm going to be really quick because I've got to get on the road. Haven't got the mic on, haven't got anything on. It didn't go according to plan. Yeah, it didn't go according to plan. We couldn't get the tooth out. There's all sorts of things that are going on in the plans. I'll jump on a bit later and explain in more detail, but for now I just wanted to let you guys know that, you know, we're bringing him home. The surgery hasn't been completed, but we've planned to go ahead with some other things next week. And once I've got him home and settled, I'll jump back on and I'll let you guys know what the game plan is and what we're going to try and work through. Good morning, buddy. Yeah. Good boy. Oh, he's not happy. I'll get you home, buddy. I'll get you home. I'll get the vents closed open, huh? I'll open them up for you because it was raining, so I shut them, but now we might open them again. There you go. Boy. There we go. Tazzie gets some air. Boy. All right. I'll get on the road. Boy. Good boy. Oh, God. He's a good boy. Oh, you're a good boy. All right, I'll turn the camera off while I get him out. No one here to help me, so I think it's best that I do that properly. Catch you in a sec. You home? You happy to be home? You want to go back to the paddock, eh? You gotta wait just a little bit longer, my friend. Hang on. Good boy. All right. Thirsty boy. Ordeal getting the butte in. He's normally, I mean, it's not amazing to worm and butte, but it's okay, he's manageable, but he's just so fed up. So I didn't even bother trying to do that tonight. Look guys, I know he's rushing back to the paddock, and I'm a horse trainer and things are supposed to be really pretty, but this is a really fed up horse who's in pain, so I'm not going to get after him too much. For any of that, you've got to have a little compassion sometimes. He's not a robot. He's a young horse. He's in pain. He's distressed and he is just fed up. So, as long as he's sort of got a little bit of brain on me, I'm not going to be crazy particular how he's leading. He's had enough. So have I. Put him back. When I've got him settled, I will sit down and properly let you know what the story is here, because we've got quite a ways to go. That we do. Good evening. It has been quite the day, and now that I've gotten through everything and brought Tazzie home, I had to race off and give a lesson, and then, hey, I've come back and fed him and tried to put his butte in his feed. He's eaten most of his feed, but not all of it. Come on, you can eat it, buddy. Good boy. I've now got time to tell you what's going on. So they weren't able to complete the surgery at all. They couldn't get the tooth out at all. When Paul x-rayed him prior to surgery, he found that there was a fracture through the middle of the tooth that we were looking to extract, so it's in fact not caused by an infection. There's likely some trauma, or definitely some trauma that's occurred, because there's also a small fracture in the actual mandible and some displacement of bone, and also some bony changes on the left mandible as well, so consistent with probably a kick to the face, or it could have happened when he broke the front part of his jaw earlier last year. Or he's done lots of silly things over his time with me. He's flipped himself over gates a couple of times. It could be anything. Like, anyone's guess is as good as anyone else's. In this case, we don't know what's caused it, but we do know that there's been some trauma to the jaw. So when they did the surgery, Paul spent a lot of time trying to get the tooth out and did everything he needed to do to loosen it, and it just wouldn't come out. And when they were trying to extract it with the forceps, Taz became really reactive and kicked the back of the crush, and he sort of was jumping around like he wanted to jump out, and it was just deemed not safe to continue. And at that point they'd been going for 4 hours anyway, so that was sort of the limit to how long you'd want the horse under sedation for anyway. So it was decided to pull the pin and send him home. So that's what I've done. I've picked him up this morning. The plan now is to take him to Werribee for a CT, but we've got to obviously try and get in and get the appointment. We want to do that as early as we can next week and get a better idea of what's going on with this mandible, because we don't know how stable it really is. You can only see too much. You can only really see so much on the radiographs, and the CT will give Paul a lot better of an idea about what's going on underneath the tooth, why he couldn't pull it out, and also why Taz was so highly pain reactive, which is not normal. He'd done a surgery similar, also we thought, on another horse earlier in the day, and that went perfectly, and we're expecting Tazzie's to be similar. Even when we saw the fracture there, we thought, okay, well, it might be a little bit of a pain to get the tooth out, but it still all should go fine, and it's just not what happened. So we've got a whole big ordeal in front of us now. We'll try and get into Werribee as soon as we can, get that CT, and then make a plan of attack. He's currently tentatively scheduled for a second surgery next Friday, but it will depend on what the results of the CT are. So we're in a bit of no man's land right now, but the poor boy, he's home. Sorry, just covering the camera with my finger. He's home. He is eating grass. He's eaten some dinner, most of his dinner, which I needed him to do because I put the bute in there, because I'm just not syringing him today. He's really not himself. I can see he's got that glazed look in his eye, like it's a pain look. When I came out to try and do his temperature, he just kept walking away. So I thought I'll have to get the halter to do his temperature and put his rug on, and he walked away. Even when I had the rope over his neck, it took me probably a minute to get him to stop trying to walk away with the rope over his neck to be able to actually put the halter on. He has never been hard to catch a day in his life. He catches you and he's basically on top of you. So he's just not himself. He's really shaken up by this. He doesn't really like being touched around the face. I did give him a scratch sort of on the top of his ears and he liked that. But I really feel for the poor boy. I'm trying to get as much bute into him as possible. And Paul did say if it doesn't seem like it's enough, we can go to the paracetamol as well, which also has to be given in the feed, which means he needs to eat his feed. But I think I will try that and just I added some sweetened grain to put in there, which I wouldn't normally feed, but I'm doing anything I can at the moment to get him to eat. So I might just add more of that tomorrow and add some paracetamol as well, because yeah, I know this horse really well. I've had him for a long time. I've had him for, he's about to be 5, so I've had him for 4.5 years now. I know my boy and he's not a happy camper, so yeah, we'll just do what we can to make him comfortable, and we'll do what we can to get to the bottom of this and get it resolved. I feel really awful for the poor guy, and we've got a bit of a journey in front of us. We'll say hi, see if he wants to talk. He might not, he might walk away, but we'll see if he wants to talk to us. Hey, handsome. You want an ear scratch? Oh, yeah, good boy. Yeah, my good boy. You been through the ringer? You have been through the ringer. You're very sweet. Oh, you're going to bite me. That's more like you. That's more like you. Isn't it? Yeah. All right. We'll sign off for now, guys. But the next little update, this will all be in one video, so it'll be a flash forward. When I next see you, we'll probably be on our way to getting our CT scan. So we'll catch you then. Morning, guys. We're just here at the University of Melbourne Equine Hospital in Werribee. Tazzie's here for his CT scan. Early start for us. We were up at 5 a.m. to load him up and get him through Melbourne in the peak hour traffic. So he's just inside, settled in the box. They'll do a bit of a check over on him shortly, and then they'll sedate him and take him in for his CT scan. They don't really want us hanging around in there. They're busy. There's radiation with the CT scan, so they've told us just to head off and they'll give us a call when he's ready. We'll need to wait for the sedation to wear off and then we'll make the trip home. But we're looking forward to getting some answers and being able to move forward.
No, we pop them on once they've had the sedation and just to make sure that they don't eat when they're still sleepy and the bed is choked. Yes. You don't want you don't want that activity.
Oh, bless you, Cotton Sauce. I can't believe he's lost 16 kilos in a week.
Give or take, I'd say as well, some like certain scales might be out a couple as well. Yeah.
Alright, yes.
You might run a little bit warmer at the moment because of the sedation, even though he's awake. Did you want to rub back on him? Or?
Nah, that's okay. I just was worried about wind chill this morning, but I think he'll be fine without it.
Hello. Yes.
You're a good little demon, aren't you?
Good boy. Look, he was very sensible about it all. It wasn't, just had to speak, but he took it very well.
That's good. He's pretty fed up. Like, he's normally, like, I haven't been able to get his boot paste in it at all. I've had to be hiding it in feeds, and then he knows when it's in the feed, and then he won't eat the feed, so he's just had enough.
Yeah.
I just thought of a good war name for him.
What's his war name?
Tooth Devil.
Tooth Devil.
Perfect.
All right, come on, mister.
All right, bud.
Get used to all these stables and travel in.
New environments, new smells, places.
If only there was one, but at least today wasn't a super awful experience for it. Sort of easy. It's not going to like.
See ya.
Hi guys, another morning in the Tazzie saga. I honestly can't remember how much I've updated you, so I'll just go again, or maybe it's not again, I don't know. So basically the last surgery that we had was not successful. The tooth wasn't able to come out at all. He couldn't get any of it out despite there being, it's fractured, so it's in two halves. And so I thought sort of worst case scenario, it might break in half and then he would have to repel the bottom half out through, like basically use a bolt to drive it up through the bottom of his jaw into his mouth for extraction. But we didn't even get that far. The tooth just wouldn't budge. So you'll have seen we went off to Werribee for some CT scans to figure out how stable the jaw is. And after that, Paul Owens, who's the horse vet dentist who's done all the consulting so far, consulted with Denis from Goulburn Valley Equine Hospital, and they've decided that it's best that he goes up to Goulburn Valley for this second attempt at the surgery, just because Denise is going to attempt to do just a straightforward extraction again, and we're just going to, fingers crossed, hope that it just comes out. But God, knowing the way things have gone so far, it's bloody unlikely. So then if he does have to repel the tooth out from the bottom, again, will be guided by x-rays and have basically drive a bolt into the bottom of the tooth and drive it up into the mouth. Denise said no matter what, if that happens, he wants to plate the jaw just to make sure that there's stability there. And obviously if things go really sideways and he needs to actually put him under general and lay him down on the table, then there's that option there too. So that's why he's going up to Goulburn. So we are on the way to pick up Tazzie now, and we're actually taking another horse for the lovely lady that owns the float that I use. She's got a horse that's going up to Broadford, so I'm going to drop off that horse, whose name is also Tazzie. So we'll drop off Tazzie and then we'll continue on and take Tazzie to GVEH for an assessment today, with the procedure scheduled for tomorrow.
Where are we driving to? Goulburn Valley for Tazzie to have his second operation, which we hope this fella, I believe he's a plumber, he can get the tooth out with like a nail file. And I'm recording bass, the last of my bass recordings on this album, for real, in the back of the car, because it's a direct recording, it's a DI, so there's no external noise.
They don't care about that.
Oh, they do, but so I've got as long as my laptop has charge. That's the challenge. And in the back we have Tazzie and Tazzie, and they're discussing American politics, and one of them is trying to get a piece of carrot out of it too.
Here we are. No, look it. No one's thieving us here. David's worried that someone's going to thieve us here at Goulburn Valley Equine Hospital. Has indeed locked the car. That's my husband. Right, we'll go in, we'll get the boy checked in. Poor Bobby, he's been in the float for 4.5 hours, so I'm sure he's very ready to come off. Come on, handsome. Alright, we'll see you later, buddy. We'll see you on the other side. This is the fun part of long distance, well, you know what, short distance travel, even the horses. Tazzie the bear's left us a beautiful little deposit here. Alright, so we've dropped Tazzie off and arrived at our accom in Echuca. We've got some family friends that have a holiday house here, so they've very generously allowed us to stay here for a couple of days. As it turns out, he might not be ready to come home by the time we sort of need to get moving, but if so, then I'll just come back whenever he is ready over the weekend or next week. But yeah, all went well. We had a good little chat with the vet, Denis, from Goulburn Valley Equine Hospital, and he walked us through what's going to happen tomorrow. So he was going to do an assessment today, and then tomorrow he will have the surgery. He'll go under general anaesthetic no matter what to get it done, just to keep things safe. And then if things go sideways and he needs to do a more extreme surgery, he's already under and ready to go. So we're just going to have to wait for an update. In the meantime, like I said, we're staying at a family friend's place and just having a little relax here on this beautiful sunroom / enclosed deck with a beer, which is, let me tell you, well needed. And we'll head out and have a nice little pub meal tonight and then wait to hear tomorrow. So fingers crossed, everyone. By the time you watch this, it'll all be done, so your fingers crossed will be useless to me. But fingers and toes crossed from my end anyway, and hopefully it all goes well. Okay, so we're here at the Shamrock in Echuca. Might as well make the most of it while we're out and about and my horse is in hospital. Here we have a Benedict Palmer, and this is what they call the Mountie, which has bacon and maple syrup on it. So this is how they do at the Shamrock with 101 different partners. Still waiting to hear about Tazzie's surgery, and I'm just walking down the street to go pick up some lunch, but I just thought I would document the absolute fashion icon that I am right now. I've got a hoodie, puffer vest, beanie, skinny jeans and socks on the outside of my skinny jeans and white sneakers. So look out, Echuca, you're welcome. Hello. Last we left you 2 days ago when we dropped Tazzie off at, I was about to say Southeastern, but that was the other hospital that we went to the other week where the surgery didn't quite go according to plan. No, we actually dropped him off at the Goulburn Valley Equine Hospital where he was to meet with Dr. Denis for his second attempt at the surgery. So we saw Denis there and he kind of walked us through what he was going to do. As it turned out, no matter what, Tazzie was going to go under general anaesthetic and try and get this bloody tooth out and keep the jaw stabilised. So we got a call yesterday to say that the surgery had gone well, no complications, but that the tooth had come out in several pieces. And I'm trying to remember everything that Denis said, and I just can't remember everything he said. But obviously there's a massive big hole in his mouth where the tooth was, because it's a molar. It's 409 is the number for those of you who are dentally inclined. And then I believe that he also had to go in through the jaw or the cheek, so there's a bit of a hole in his face as well. And so we spoke to him yesterday. He said it all looks good. We just want to keep him to observe him. And then he said, we'll know tomorrow when he can go home. And I got a text this morning to say that all looks good for him to go home tomorrow. So this afternoon they'll remove whatever packing they have in the hole. I'm not sure if that's in the hole that the tooth has left or whether it's in the part that's in the face. I'm a little bit vague on the details. I won't really know until I see him. But anyway, they'll remove the packing this afternoon and then he'll stay another night and we'll go and pick him up tomorrow morning. So the poor fellow is probably in quite a bit of pain. Denise said he will need to be out for 6 weeks and then he can start to come back into some work, but there's a lot of remodeling that has to take place within the mouth. The hole where the tooth has gone needs to reform, so there'll be blood that forms in there that will then in turn start to granulate and turn into gum, and some will turn into bone. It was his explanation of it. And then whatever incisions happened in the face, that will take time to heal too. So the whole healing process will take months. I asked about what the long-term prognosis is and the integrity and strength of the jaw, and Denise said, at the end of this couple of month healing phase, the jaw will probably be stronger than it was before this because of all of the reinforced bone that's remodeled there. So I guess that's a good thing. But in the meantime, poor fellow is going to be in for a little bit of pain, and he'll need some TLC. He's not a super easy patient and he's not an easygoing guy, but I don't blame him. He's been through a lot of pain and we don't really know how long this injury has been there. So it could explain some things, guys, because he's not he's not an easy horse, and I do get a lot of pushback from him, and I've kind of just accepted that that's his temperament, and that that's the horse I have to work with, and I just take the time it takes to explain things to him, and take the time it takes to help him feel better and okay about things. And that's always going to be true with how I work with him, but there's a good chance that at least some of what I've experienced with him over the last little while could be due to a fair amount of pain, because we don't know how old this injury is. Despite the CT and the x-rays and things, it's really anyone's best guess about when this would have happened. So yeah, I don't know. But anyway, we'll give him a good break when he comes home, and we'll see how it all goes. Anyway, I'm looking forward to picking him up tomorrow, and I'll try and get a little bit of video footage when we pick him up. I don't keep the camera out a lot when we're in these hospitals. I just feel like it's a little bit pretentious to be walking around with the camera in vets' faces and things like that. But I'll capture what I can for you, and we'll give you another update tomorrow. So we'll see you then. Oh, buddy boy. Yeah, matey. Look at you. Oh, bud. Oh, don't hurt yourself, buddy.
You're going home.
Yeah. Have this now. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. We're back. 4 hours. Poor Razzle. Anybody? I see you in there, I can't tell. I can see you. Alright. Let's get him out. Boy. Job. Oh, I missed the foal clacking.
There'll be more.
God, you're such a loser. Such a loser. Are we happy now, fellows? Tazzie's not sure about facing him. Dave thought Nikki was having some kind of seizure. He's just itchy. Coat's coming through nice, Nick. Hey, you're not quite so interested in your little mummified friend anymore. Can't say this is my favourite activity, untangling all this crap. But I'm going to put them both, Nikki and Taz, in the medical yard here, which is really handy for us to have. It's sort of, I don't even know what the dimensions would be. Probably sort of 20 by 25, something like that, although it's not perfectly square. There's a bit of grass in here, and a nice big loose box with its own water supply that has a gate on it because Tazzie can't get wet. And if it rains, then obviously if he's outside he'll get wet. So if the weather turns, I can pop him in here, shut the gate, and he can just be outside and continue enjoying the grass. And I'm hoping that's going to be a good solution. But in the meantime, oh, did I even explain? God, guys, I'm fucking hell. I should probably bleep out that swear word. This yard adjoins with a group paddock that's got, I don't know, 7 horses in it or something. and it's just this little gate and fence here, and then they're just, where are they? Over there somewhere. And I don't want them chatting over the fence. I think we've spent enough time, money and misery on this whole ordeal to have someone bite someone or strike at someone, who knows what, I don't know, anything. And so I'm going to tape it. I'm going to just tape a little standoff here so that nobody can chat to anybody, which means that I need to untangle all of this. It was all very exciting putting them in here. Everyone came galloping over as we were putting through. It is a bit of a design flaw having to walk through. Hi, Dave. Having to walk through the group paddock. Oh, can you shut that one, my love? To get into the medical yard, because obviously new horses are always very interesting to our existing residents. But I'm glad I've put this tape up. So we're in, we're installed. I couldn't block them completely because this is where the water is, but I think Tazzie just got a little zap on his ear, so I hope that will keep them away from the fence too much. And he's got his emotional security Nicholas to keep him happy, and vice versa. It's a pretty codependent. Oh, Sparty, you cannot come in, my guy. You're not a troublemaker, are you? Where's the chain? Yes, as I was saying, they're a pretty codependent, toxic relationship, but in this instance of illness and $10,000+ worth of surgery, we will just do whatever keeps them happy, and I will deal with the consequences later.
Let them out.
Yeah.
It's the puppy!
Oh my goodness!
It's the puppy!
Oh, Lily! Layla, come here. Oh my goodness. She's sniffing the food. You're not so excited.
Fluffington, Fluffington, Fluffington.
What is he, Sir Edmund Fluffington? Good job.
Put his foot in my back pocket.
Lolly! Peggy! Oh, the sniff stick. Oh, the sniff. Oh my goodness. Let's go inside. Poor Razzie. Poor Razzie. Hey, you're a bit of a disgrace. Hey. Yeah. You're gonna get a new bandage tomorrow, huh? You poor thing. Try not to fall over the things that are behind me. He's a good boy. You've been such a good boy. He hasn't. He's been terrible. But today he was pretty good, actually. Don't you kick out of the fence. That's the last thing we need. It's a leg injury. Boy. Gee, it's good to have the big image up there too.
Yeah, finally got it working against. There's a bug in it for sure. Lily. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll just do my normal around the teeth approach first. Lower left. All good. So you wouldn't realise that he has a lump under that side.
Yeah.
And there's your filler. Very neat job.
I was thinking it was going to be green like Stella's.
Yeah, these are, this is a co-pack one he's used, I think. Okay, we're going to now flush all that again.
Okay.
A nice clean image. Now I have another look. So there's such young teeth. It's only really developing those teeth.
And then you killed it.
Now we'll have a look on the bottom. So that plug has done an incredibly good job.
Yeah, it looks pretty secure, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
very well placed by Denis. So what we now have to do is he's just getting a little injury there. See what happens is it just rubs.
Yeah.
So he gets a little ulcer on the tongue.
Yeah.
From that flap. So we'll lift that out now. And we're going to
Inspect.
inspect and irrigate. I'll see if I can do it on the video. May be able to. Sometimes we could be lucky.
No biggie if you can't.
There we go. So we're just lifting it.
She will eat that round if she's hungry enough.
And then we'll now pop it off.
Got a bit bloody.
See, that's the implant, so to speak, the depth of it that Denis has done.
Yeah.
So we expect that's completely normal to have that sort of discharge coming away from the lower part of the plug.
Oh my god, Taz. Huge.
So there we are, that's
I'll have to put a graphic warning on this bit.
what we need to do is just investigate that in that area, what exactly that is, whether it's a bit of sequestrum happening.
That little on the left.
Yeah, that's probably a bone shard there that we're looking at.
That's
There.
not what we want.
But that's normal, again, these are all normal side effects. It's just what that is down there in the base I need to
Okay.
investigate further.
Sure.
Okay, so we'll do a big flush first.
Yep.
And see what we get.
Okay, sounds good. Now. Jesus. Oh, you're leaking, Taz.
I'm not surprised because we know that he had a big, huge communication, so honestly it's to be expected.
Yeah.
So we do have a sequestrum forming, which is again very normal because the bone, it's a wafer thin bone in the socket, and through the pressure of extraction and the disease that was there, it can give away the blood
Yep.
supply.
So what do we do with that, Paul? You need to remove those?
Yeah, just correct them out.
Yeah.
So starting to get a good healthy bed of granulation tissue. And now you see it's welling up into the blood.
Yeah.
That's where we took out the sequestrum.
Yeah.
So we'll fill that socket now, put the sponges in the bottom, and then we'll just do a covering. Try and bridge it again, such that there's no food contamination. And then we want this to shrink in further and further.
Yeah, and then in terms of his feeding now, I haven't had him on any chaff anyway. I've just had him on a mash and his pellets. Does that need to? I need to be careful about what I'm feeding him now.
Chaff, yeah, don't use the chaff.
No chaff. Yep.
Soap pellets, grass, whatever's available.
What about hay?
Yeah, if you can't, there's no access, use the hay as well, but keep off the chaff.
Yeah, sure.
You can, I would have him out grazing. Don't
Yes.
restrict him.
That's my preference. It's just trying to keep him dry with the bandaging that's been the issue.
Yeah, I just think just clean.
Just daily
Is he any
cleans.
good would he be any good at aerosol?
Yeah.
Do you know how we did the bandage? The aluminium the spray bandage. That's what I reckon we should do.
Okay, all right. Well, I think I could probably get him okay with it.
I'll see if I've got one here. That'd be so much better. Clean, dry spray, because it's going to discharge.
Yeah.
But just having a barrier there.
Yeah.
And luckily we haven't got the flies yet. But that's the other thing.
Yeah. Okay.
If he got into the habit of just accepting that would be awesome.
Yeah. I mean, he's good with like just normal fly spray. Aerosols, I think I'd have to work on it a little bit, but I think it would be okay.
Right, very good.
Good boy. Good boy. You're so clever.
And that's it, that's all you do.
So if I can get him to handle just a couple of he'll be right.
Yeah, you just train him with that.
Well, you can
We'll
get
have another
treats
good
every
look at
time
that.
you get one.
Yeah. And so that's going to give you a long a spray-on bandage. It's very clever.
Where does one buy this,
Take
Paul?
that. Well, you can buy it in a good feed store, but
Yep.
take that one.
Okay. Okay, great. Back in she goes.
Hello again.
We videoed lots so you can see what you missed. Do you take the box?
No, it's mayhem down there.
Yeah.
Probably not helping it.
I said,
It's a brilliant fit that. I'm really
Yeah.
really chuffed with that. I'll show you one more time.
Okay.
That's not coming out. I'm really pleased with that one.
Good.
So let's see. I think we're definitely on the road to recovery here. So I felt that pop back in. It's trim. It's good.
Excellent. So a bit of a combo of rage and joy to be back out in the paddock after 3 weeks almost of being in a box or in a small yard. I had to keep him that way because he just couldn't get wet with the bandage on. And then thank God Paul said we could take the bandage off and just do the silver spray so we could go back out in the paddock, which is a massive relief for me, for Taz and for Nick. And so the boys are happy to be back out. Really positive first checkup there, and I think I'll leave it there, and there'll be another video to come with another checkup a little further down the line from where this one leaves off, so stay tuned for that.